Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video we're going through the Saints versus Essendon game, and where the Saints probably ended Essendon's season now. I think Essendon are 10th now. They play Sydney, Brisbane and Freo in the last four alongside Gold Coast, and they have to win three of those last four probably, I think, to make it in, given that 7th is already at 48 points, so 7th might already jump to 52 points by the end of this round. And the fact that they have to play Brisbane, Fremantle and Sydney, and they're going to have to win two of those games, so they're probably going to have to beat Freo and Sydney, as I don't see them beating Brisbane in Brisbane, especially with Brisbane potentially even playing for top spot at that point if Sydney just keep on losing. But, they just got absolutely demoed by St Kilda. And St Kilda are showing a little bit of bite and fight. But, I mean, it's going to be too late for their season, obviously, now that they're only on, I think, 8 wins. But anyway, before we jump into this video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and let's get into this video. So, St Kilda 108, Essendon 55, Rowan Marshall 135. So annoyingly, the rucks that I didn't have went absolutely off. So yeah, Romo with a 66-point second quarter, absolutely ridiculous. He just got on top. I think he had something like 13 touches in the third quarter alone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14 touches in the third quarter, alongside all the hitouts that he had. So yeah, 16, 10 marks, 3 tackles, 30 hitouts and a goal. If he didn't have these 4 free kicks against and that was normalised, he probably would have ended up with a 145 or so score, but he did absolutely amazing. Wangani Malira went off in the first quarter and first half in general with 33 and then 40, ending the first half on 73. 23, 8, and 31 touches, 7 marks, and a goal for him. Absolutely huge, and I believe he was also really efficient with that. Jack Steele, another one I've also come into consideration now, but looking at this, probably not so. 19, 11, so it was on 30 at halftime, and then absolutely went off. I think he kicked 3 goals in this third quarter or something like that. 1, 2, 3, 3 goals in the quarter alongside, 1, 2, 3, 3 marks and a good, only 1 tackle in that quarter, but still a 60-point quarter and only like 8 or 9 things is quite amazing. But yeah, outside of that, he didn't really have an amazing game and still got himself to a 112. Sharman or 112, he was pretty good as well. So, yeah, he just did his job and one of the better games he has played for his career. So fair play to him. Sinclair, 104. He was pretty rounded, so that was a good sign. I have thought about maybe going Butters to like a Sinclair or Newman, depending on matchup. I know Newman has a really good matchup this week, and I'm pretty sure his matchups for the rest of the year aren't the worst. But I've also considered going to like a Neil, like I said in the last video, etc. Wilkie, 100, Caminiti, they all just absolutely dominated Essendon. Battle, Owens, Bonner even got in on the act. Wood even got in on the act. Wood with 19, 8 and 1. Surprised he didn't take many, like a 15-mark game, considering they kicked it around the back a lot. Zach Jones, he discovered some of his form after I saw a few comments on social media after this 27 or this 66 that he wasn't playing well, he shouldn't be playing, etc., hang up the boots, etc., and he's come back into form as well. 102 and then also a 78 here, and he looked really good, so that fair play to him. Darcy Wilson with a 76, this is just how rookies go, and in general, the sort of high half forward or winger rookies as well. They really can fade in and fade out of games. You see here, this run here is probably averaging 50, but doing it in the most awkward way possible. Burns, Webster, Membry, Butler, Higgins, Howard, Clark, Stocker, Hill, and then Garcia didn't even come on apparently. I don't think he came on for the game. I remember seeing a comment on or a tweet about that. Dersma, 114 for Essendon. He was pretty good throughout the day. 60 in the first half, 23, 31 in the third and fourth to get to a 114. Pretty consistent. Zach Merritt 97, and you see here he just did not, when the going got tough, he just faded away. So yeah, he really has faded recently, and the thing that sucks for Essendon is there's no real number 2 guy at the moment. It seems like they're all just sort of well off the pace of Merritt, and they don't really have a good enough ruckman. They don't really have another Durham, and Caldwell aren't really up there yet to really take that next step. Martin he's getting flicked around like there's no tomorrow, and their key defense also isn't as quality as what people I think thought going in the first like 10 or so weeks. And their forward line is now also a mess, so it's just chaos at Essendon at the moment. And alarm bells are definitely ringing because Merritt can't do this every single week. He needs some help. Martin, 25, 27, 23, and 12. He had 23 touches, 6 marks, and 3 tackles. Yeah, they need him up the ground, but they also need him in defence because he's their only competent kick. It pretty much sums up Essendon that they don't have another sort of half-forward guy that's really impacting games at the moment. So it really is struggling. They are really struggling. Durham, 79, just 21-5-1 isn't really impacting the game terribly much. Draper with 23 hit-outs. Again, he's not really taking that next step. Shield, 19 and 2 goals as well. So he did do something, but like, was it really there? Or is he just sort of holding back another guy that can come in and really make an impact? Well, I don't know if there is another guy. Maybe is he holding back like a Hobbs or a Sardis or someone like that can really develop and grow? I don't know. McGrath, 75. I think Harrison Jones, probably one of the only positives of... well, there are some positives out of this year, but he's definitely one for Essendon that I think they can look to and see some development there. Him on the wing is a lot better. He gets involved quite a lot more. He takes a lot of... He's very good in that link-up play. Because he can take those pack marks, and on the wing he's a lot more useful. I feel like just getting involved, especially early on in games, he does get involved and set a tone. I mean, not really in this game, but we've seen multiple games where he gets up to 30 points very, very quickly by taking 2 or 3 marks, kicking a goal or 2 in the first sort of 10-15 minutes. So he can do that as well. Caldwell just didn't get going to the best that we've seen before. Stringer, Redmond, Mackay, Parrish, Heppel, Cox, Gresham, Menzies, Laverde, Wright, Langford, Caddy, Ridley, and Perkins. Ridley with a hip issue already ruled out of next week's game. For anyone that has him, I'm led to believe, I'm pretty sure from what I read yesterday. But yeah, not the best news for him. And then Perkins came on and he didn't really do anything, to be honest with you. A half of footy for 16. So yeah, he's one that I don't know what they'll do, as he was only picked up like 4 years ago now, and he's already seems to be behind a lot of players at Essendon. So anyway, that is the video there. A short one here, as we're really making these short. Just I am so waiting on the AFLW season to start, just so that I can have something else to focus on and not do so much of like not research, but just sort of focus on this on the AFL season with fantasy. As yeah, this season I've just basically stopped on both fronts in the fantasy and Supercoach, and it's just not fun. It's not as fun anymore, so I want a new sort of fresh start, clean slate type of thing. But anyway, St Kilda just too good for Essendon, and we'll see you guys in the last video of today, which will be the recap of the, let me bring it up here, the Melbourne versus GWS game. So I'll see you guys in that one. Bye guys.